Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can pull in trending stocks into your Excel workbook. So the website I'm going to use for this is called Ape Wisdom. So apewisdom.io is the website. And so it's got a list of the most popular tickers, and it's got different subreddits that it's pulling data from. So in this case, it's using WallStreetBets. And so you can see it's got the mentions, the change in the past 24 hours, the trend, number of upvotes. So it gives you a good insight into what's popular on Reddit, and you know what stocks might be due to rally potential, or which ones are hot right now, or at least on the message boards. So we've got a list here of the top 100 stocks. And so as opposed to, let's say, going to this website every day or checking out these metrics, we can actually load this right into our Excel spreadsheet. So the key thing is, I'm just going to take this URL right here and just copy it. Now I'm going to go back into Excel. On the data tab, I'm going to click the option to get data from web. And what I'm going to do is just paste that URL right into there. And so once I put that into Power Query, what it's going to do is pull in that data. So I'm going to hit OK. And Power Query is going to launch now. And then I'll have that download. So this is going to give me a list of the different tables that it detects on that website. So the format for that site is very, very user-friendly, very easy to pull in the data into Power Query. So that's why it's a really useful site to use. So it generates the preview. It's going to detect the different tables. So it's got an HTML table, and it's got different suggested tables as well. But the one that we have here looks to be what we need. It's got the main columns that we're after. It's got a list of all the stocks. So before I load this, I'm going to actually transform the data, because I'm going to adjust that, because you can see there's stuff for ads here and there's null values. So I'm going to clean that up a little bit before loading it into Excel. So I'm going to click on the Transform Data button, and that's going to open up the Power Query editor so that I can make changes to this. And the good thing about this is, once you make these changes, you don't have to repeat them, because Power Query is saving these steps. You can see here it's got applied steps, so it's saving everything that you do here. So what I'm going to do is filter out anything that says close ad, and the null values as well. So I'm going to uncheck null, uncheck close add X, and I've gotten rid of those. And as you can see, it's saved that step. Say I've filtered the rows. What I'm also going to do is clean this up a little bit, just because I don't need some of these columns. Like this one is just a blank column. I'm going to remove that. This one is the rank column, but as you can see, the numbers it looks like they're merged together from another column. So it's got multiple columns into one. So it's not terribly useful. I'm going to remove that one as well. So I've got the name, I've got the symbol, the mentions. This one was the graphic, the visual, so that's not pulling into Excel, so I can remove that one as well. And so now I've got everything that I need. The one thing that I'm going to do is also going to bump up this first row. So these are headers. Right now I've got column 3, column 4, but there's an option here to select use the first row as the headers. So that's what I'm going to do. And it bumps that up. So now I've got my headers set up properly. And now I've just got a clean list of all the stocks that I want to pull in. I'm going to click on close and load, and now it's ready to go into my Excel spreadsheet. So at this point, that's all I really need to do. If I want to download the latest data, it's in there right now. So if tomorrow, a week later, whatever the case may be, I want to refresh the data and pull in the latest hot tickers, I can just do right click anywhere, hit refresh, and it'll go through those same steps that I already did as far as cleaning up the data. So right now I'm doing the refresh. It's not going to change because obviously I just did this, so it's going to be the same. But if I did this in a day, in a week, obviously these results are going to look a little different. But by saving these steps, I just have to do a refresh. And so potentially what you could do is build a template off of this. So right now we've got the data in here. Let's say we want to use Excel's stock history function to pull in the stock price. So I'm going to create a formula here away from the table so it doesn't automatically detect and try to add it into my table, just because I'm going to show you how we can set this up. So for example, in Excel, we've got the stock history function. So I'm going to select Tesla's ticker symbol. And so for the start date, I could set it to today and then just pull in that. Now, the one limitation with Excel's stock history function is if the trading day isn't closed yet, or it's still not enough hours past it, then it's not going to be able to pull in today's current price, as the name suggests, stock history. So not the current price. So if I were to subtract 1 from it, I might be able to get, there we go, the date. So you may just need to adjust this using perhaps the workday function. That might be a better one to use. So let's say if I did today, I could use the workday function. And then so I've got my start date being today. The number of days I want to go back is minus 1. I want to go 1 day back. You could also set a list for the holidays, so it skips over the holidays in case you run into that, because if you don't do that and you hit a holiday, then you'll get an error when it's trying to pull that up. But this way I can use the workday function to automatically skip over weekends. And so I've got that, and now I'm going to wrap this inside of an index function, just because I just want that second row and second column. I just want this closing value. Close that in there, and now I've got that 209.86. So I'm going to copy this formula and put it right here. And now Excel is going to automatically expand my table. And so now I've got the stock price in here. So obviously it's not the current day, but it's still reasonably recent. But that's some of the ways that you can sort of use this data from Reddit or from Ape Wisdom and get that data in here into your Excel spreadsheet and start building out a template based on these hot tickers. So if you wanted to track which ones have been moving a lot or trending upwards, you can build that around that stock history function to pull in, okay, this is the stock price a month ago, 3 months ago, if it's been rising. Because right now, this gives you a lot of good data as far as the mentions and how popular it is being discussed on the Reddit forums. But one way you can sort of make it even more useful is by incorporating the historical performance. So the past week, has it been rallying in the past month, and so on. So that's where using the stock history function can be really useful in accomplishing that. So that's how you can pull in popular stocks into your Excel spreadsheet through using Power Query. So use the Ape Wisdom site. All you need to do is use that URL, put in a Power Query, and then just make any changes like the ones that I showed you about removing some columns and adjusting the headers. But aside from that, it's pretty much ready to go, and Excel does a pretty good job of being able to detect that table and pull it in easily into a spreadsheet. So if you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.